Ever wondered about the different types of narcissism? Narcissism, a term that has its roots in Greek mythology, has evolved into a complex psychological concept. It refers to an inflated sense of self-importance, a deep need for excessive attention and admiration, and a lack of empathy for others. But it's not as straightforward as it may seem. There's a spectrum to narcissism, a broad range of manifestations that vary from person to person. On one end, you have people who are simply self-assured and confident. On the other, you have individuals whose narcissism is so severe that it interferes with their relationships and daily life. This extreme form of narcissism is classified as a personality disorder, known as narcissistic personality disorder. While narcissism is often viewed negatively, it's important to remember that a degree of self-love and self-esteem is healthy and necessary. It's when these feelings of self-worth become excessive and lead to harmful behaviors that narcissism becomes a problem. Now, if you're imagining narcissists as people who are always bragging about themselves and seeking the spotlight, you're not entirely wrong. But that's just one type of narcissism, the overt type, which is the most commonly recognized. However, there are three other types that are less obvious but equally important to understand: the covert, malignant, and communal narcissists. Each type has its own unique characteristics and ways of interacting with the world. Some are loud and flamboyant, while others are quiet and unassuming. Some are openly manipulative, while others hide their intentions behind a mask of kindness or victimhood. Understanding these types can be incredibly helpful in navigating interpersonal relationships, setting boundaries, and recognizing potentially harmful behaviors. It can also foster empathy and understanding for those dealing with narcissistic individuals in their lives. So buckle up, because we're about to take a deep dive into the complex world of narcissism. We'll explore each type in detail, shedding light on their behaviors, motivations, and the psychological implications of their actions. Get ready to delve into the complex world of narcissism. Firstly, we explore the overt narcissist. This is the most readily identifiable type of narcissist, often stealing the spotlight in any setting. Picture a peacock spreading its vibrant feathers to draw attention. The overt narcissist is much like that, using their charisma, confidence, and grandiosity to captivate those around them. But let's delve a bit deeper. At the core of the overt narcissist is an insatiable need for admiration. They thrive on being the center of attention, often dominating conversations and making grand, exaggerated claims about their achievements or abilities. They want to be seen, to be noticed, to be admired. However, beneath this flamboyant display lies a fragile self-esteem, heavily dependent on the approval and validation of others. They are like actors on a stage, their grandiose performances hiding the insecurities that lurk behind the curtain. The overt narcissist's relationships often reflect this, characterized by superficiality and a lack of genuine emotional depth. Their seemingly confident exterior is a facade. Deep down, they harbor a fear of being exposed, of being seen for who they truly are. This is why they go to such lengths to maintain their image, to keep the spotlight firmly on them, and to control the narrative around their personas. In their relationships, the overt narcissist can be demanding, entitled, and often emotionally abusive. They lack empathy, and their needs and desires always take precedence. They are the sun in their own solar system, expecting all others to revolve around them. The overt narcissist's grandiosity, however, is not without consequence. Their need for constant admiration often leads to conflict and hurt, leaving a trail of broken relationships in their wake. They can cause significant emotional harm to those around them, particularly to those they view as a threat to their self-esteem or image. So that's the overt narcissist, a figure of grandiosity and fragility, commanding the stage yet deeply insecure. Up next, we'll descend into the shadows to meet a very different type of narcissist, the covert narcissist. Now, let's uncover the covert narcissist. This type of narcissist is like the chameleon of the narcissistic world, ever-changing, blending in, and avoiding detection. They're not the grandstanders that overt narcissists are. Instead, they prefer to stay under the radar, subtly manipulating those around them. Unlike the overt narcissist, who demands admiration, the covert narcissist operates on a diet of sympathy, portraying themselves as the victim. They're experts at playing the martyr, always suffering, always hard done by, always battling against the odds. This is their stage, their performance, a carefully crafted act designed to draw you in. Beneath this mask of the misunderstood victim lies a cunning and deceitful manipulator. They use passive-aggressive tactics, subtly undermining others, sowing seeds of doubt, and creating an atmosphere of guilt and obligation. They're masters of gaslighting, a psychological manipulation technique where they make you question your own sanity and reality. Covert narcissists have a way of making you feel responsible for their happiness. They're experts at guilt tripping, making you feel obliged to cater to their needs, all while maintaining their innocent victim-like facade. It's a complex web of emotional manipulation that can leave you feeling drained and confused. Their need for narcissistic supply is just as insatiable as the overt narcissist. But instead of seeking overt praise and admiration, they feed off your sympathy, your guilt, your sense of obligation. They're emotional vampires, draining you of your emotional energy, leaving you feeling empty and exhausted. The covert narcissist is a master of disguise, blending into their surroundings, manipulating behind the scenes, and leaving a trail of emotional destruction in their wake. It's a different kind of narcissism, subtle, underhanded, but just as damaging. That was the covert narcissist. Up next is a darker type, the malignant narcissist. Brace yourselves as we confront the malignant narcissist. This particular breed of narcissism is a venomous one, weaving its way through the undergrowth of our society, striking fear and discord wherever it slithers. The malignant narcissist is not just content with self-adulation and domination. They thrive on the exploitation and manipulation of others. They are the wolves in sheep's clothing, the proverbial snake in the grass. In the grand theater of life, they are the puppeteers, pulling at the strings of them are as varied as they are destructive. From emotional to financial, they will stop at nothing to get what they want. A malignant narcissist's disregard for others is not just a byproduct of their narcissism, but a core component of it. They view others not as individuals with their own thoughts, feelings, and needs, but as mere objects to be used and discarded at will. Their lack of empathy is chilling, their callousness disturbing. But what makes the malignant narcissist truly terrifying is their seemingly impenetrable shield of self-righteousness. They genuinely believe they are superior to others, that they are entitled to behave as they do. They see no fault in their actions, no reason to change. This makes them one of the most dangerous types of narcissists, as they are unlikely to seek help or make efforts to improve. But remember, knowledge is power. By understanding the traits and tactics of a malignant narcissist, we can better protect ourselves and our loved ones from their toxic influence. We can learn to set boundaries, to stand up for ourselves, and to seek help when needed. That was the malignant narcissist, a truly formidable foe. But our journey is not over yet. Next, we'll meet the final type of narcissist in our lineup, the communal narcissist. So stick around as we continue to decode the complex world of narcissism. Lastly, we encounter the communal narcissist. Unlike their counterparts, these individuals shroud themselves in a veil of benevolence and charity. They are the do-gooders, the philanthropists, the neighborhood heroes who are always ready to lend a helping hand. They bask in the warm glow of admiration and gratitude that their acts of kindness elicit. But don't be fooled by their seemingly selfless nature. At the core of their altruism lies a deep-seated self-centeredness. Every act of kindness, every charitable deed is carefully orchestrated for personal gain. Their generosity is not fueled by empathy or compassion, but by a relentless need for validation and recognition. They are the masters of manipulation, using their good deeds as a currency to buy admiration and control. And that's the communal narcissist. They remind us that not all narcissists are overtly harmful or destructive, but their self-centered agenda can be just as damaging in its own subtle way. Now, let's summarize what we've learned. We started with the overt narcissist, the attention seeker whose grandiosity often masks deep insecurities. Then, we ventured into the shadows to uncover the covert narcissist, the deceptive persona adept at gaslighting and emotional manipulation. Our journey took a darker turn as we confronted the malignant narcissist, a predator with a toxic blend of narcissism and antisocial traits. Finally, we emerged from the shadows to meet the communal narcissist, the enigma who uses acts of charity for personal validation. Each type of narcissist has distinct behavioral manifestations, but they all share a common trait, a self-centeredness that often leads to the detriment of others. Remember, understanding is the first step to empathy. Thanks for joining us in Decoding Narcissism, Understanding the 4 Types. Until next time. As we conclude, we'd like to request your valuable support. If this video has enlightened you in any way, we encourage you to hit that like button. This simple action helps propagate our message and allows us to connect with a larger audience. Additionally, we're eager to know what you think. If you've dealt with narcissism or have any unique viewpoints to share, we implore you to drop a comment below. Your feedback is esteemed and fuels the continuous discourse around this intricate subject. And if you haven't yet, we urge you to subscribe to our channel for more thought-provoking content. We delve into a plethora of topics on a regular basis, and your subscription ensures you stay updated with all our upcoming videos. Your support is instrumental in enabling us to produce more of such content, and we value it to an extent that words can't justify. Thank you.